Remember, there's only room for one sovereign at a time, not two. So you can't be the same as the sovereign if you're the Prince of Wales.
In a move that has taken both royal watchers and the British public by surprise, King Charles III has made a powerful and symbolic decision, elevating his youngest nephew, James, Earl of Wessex, to the title of Prince. At just 16 years old, James has suddenly become one of the most important figures in the next generation of the monarchy, stepping out of the shadow of quiet nobility into the bright light of royal duty. This unprecedented elevation comes at a pivotal moment. With Prince William and Princess Catherine preparing to take on a more active role in what many are calling the new reign, King Charles is reshaping the royal landscape, carefully choosing who will carry the weight of tradition into the future. And in doing so, he has turned to one of the most unlikely young royals, the calm, grounded, and deeply private James. For years, James has lived a life of near anonymity, tucked away from royal drama, rarely photographed, and shielded by his parents, Prince Edward and Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, from the relentless media glare. But that's about to change. As King Charles works to ensure a seamless transition and to strengthen the House of Windsor for the years ahead, he sees something in James, a humility, a sense of duty, and a quiet strength that echoes the best of the royal legacy. This isn't just a title. It's a message, a sign that a new royal era has begun. And it's unfolding faster than anyone expected. For most of his life, James, Earl of Wessex, has been the royal family's most private member. A young man born into extraordinary privilege, yet raised to live as normally as possible. Unlike his cousins, Prince William and Prince Harry, James grew up far from the palace spotlight. His life carefully shielded by his parents, Prince Edward and Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh. From the beginning, Edward and Sophie made a conscious choice to give their children the chance to experience life as ordinary as possible within the constraints of royal lineage. James attended local schools, participated in outdoor sports, and spent his youth in the quiet countryside of Bagshot Park rather than the gilded halls of Buckingham Palace. There were no royal tours, no public engagements, no press coverage of his birthdays, just the laughter and learning of a young boy enjoying family life. Insiders often remarked that James had inherited his mother's composure and his father's understated sense of duty. Even as a child, he displayed remarkable calmness and a quiet confidence that set him apart. His parents' decision to delay the use of his HRH title, allowing him to choose for himself when he turned 18, reflected their deep desire to give him control over his destiny. But that private, peaceful upbringing also made James an enigma to the public. He rarely appeared at major royal events, and when he did, such as during the Platinum Jubilee celebrations or the late Queen Elizabeth II's funeral, his composed demeanor captured the attention of viewers around the world. There was something dignified and sincere about him, something that felt reminiscent of the late Queen's younger years. Those close to the royal household described James as intelligent, polite, and fiercely loyal. He's said to have a strong bond with both Prince William and Princess Catherine, often joining them and their children during family gatherings at Sandringham or Balmoral. Sources say that William has long admired James's sense of restraint, a quality increasingly rare in a generation accustomed to social media and constant exposure. So, when King Charles began considering the future of the monarchy, one that would rely more on a smaller, trusted inner circle, James's name emerged as a natural choice. His low-profile upbringing, combined with his royal bloodline and steady temperament, made him the ideal figure to represent the monarchy's new generation. Grounded, gracious, and modern Charles's decision to elevate James to prince wasn't made lightly. It represents a strategic move, one that acknowledges James's coming of age and prepares him for a greater role in public life. As the king reduces the working royals to a smaller, more focused group, James's presence brings youthful energy and a strong sense of continuity to the institution. It also honors his late grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, who reportedly adored her youngest grandson. During her lifetime, she often referred to him as her little soldier, impressed by his maturity and quiet resolve even as a child. Now, that little soldier is stepping forward into the royal world she helped shape, a world that needs stability, grace, and unity more than ever. As one palace insider put it, James represents everything King Charles wants for the future of the monarchy: dignity, discipline, and humility. He's not interested in fame. He's interested in service. From a quiet boy in Bagshot Park to a newly minted prince, James's transformation marks not just his own coming of age, but a symbolic shift in the royal family's path forward. The era of loud headlines and royal drama is fading. In its place rises something quieter, and perhaps far more powerful. Behind the grandeur of royal titles and centuries-old traditions lies a reality that King Charles understands better than anyone. The monarchy must adapt to survive. Since ascending the throne, Charles has made it his mission to reshape the royal institution into something leaner, more focused, and in tune with modern Britain. But in doing so, he's had to make difficult choices about who stands at the heart of that vision. The decision to elevate James, Earl of Wessex, to Prince James of Edinburgh wasn't just a family gesture. It was a strategic recalibration. As the king approaches the twilight of his reign, he knows that the monarchy's stability now rests heavily on Prince William and Princess Catherine. Their future reign is widely regarded as the key to maintaining public support for the crown. But even the most admired couple in Britain cannot carry the weight of an entire institution alone. They need trustworthy allies, loyal, disciplined, and free of scandal. That's where James comes in. Unlike other members of the younger royal generation, James brings something rare: a clean slate. He's never courted controversy, never sought attention, and never allowed public curiosity to define him. His discretion and humility have made him the perfect choice to stand beside William and Catherine as the monarchy transitions toward a new era, one less about celebrity and more about service. Royal insiders suggest that Charles views James's appointment as an investment in continuity. It signals that the monarchy's future won't only rely on direct heirs, but on a carefully chosen network of family members who embody the institution's best values. And James, raised in the quiet dignity of the Wessex household, fits that mold perfectly. One royal aide described the king's thinking this way: Charles has always admired Edward and Sophie's approach to parenting. Their children were raised with humility and respect for tradition, without the sense of entitlement that has hurt others in the past. Bringing James closer into the fold isn't about bloodline, it's about character. By granting James the title of prince, Charles is signaling a revival of old-school royal virtues: restraint, discipline, and quiet duty. It also subtly strengthens the House of Edinburgh, which now stands as a stabilizing force within the wider royal family. Prince Edward, now Duke of Edinburgh, represents a bridge between the past and the future, and his son, Prince James, becomes the embodiment of that legacy. But this move has deeper implications as well. With Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's departure from royal duties and Prince Andrew's ongoing absence from public life, the roster of active royals has become notably thin. The elevation of James helps fill that gap, ensuring that the monarchy has enough active, trusted members to represent the crown both domestically and abroad. It's a subtle yet powerful message. The royal family may be smaller, but it is not weaker. Observers also note that this timing is significant. As King Charles continues to battle health concerns and delegates more responsibilities to William and Catherine, bringing James into a more visible position offers a fresh symbol of youth and renewal. He represents the next generation, one that blends the traditional values of the monarchy with a modern sense of purpose. In private, sources say the king has described James as the quiet strength of the future, and in a family often defined by its louder members, that quiet strength may prove to be its greatest asset. In many ways, this elevation marks the beginning of a new royal chapter, one where loyalty outweighs fame and service replaces spectacle. And as King Charles continues to refine the royal circle around William and Catherine, Prince James's place within it is becoming clearer. He isn't just a supporting player, he's a key pillar of what many are already calling the New Windsor era, as the monarchy transitions toward the era of Prince William and Princess Catherine. King Charles's decision to elevate James, now Prince James of Edinburgh, carries deeper significance than most realize. For years, the Prince and Princess of Wales have quietly been preparing for the enormous responsibility that lies ahead, and central to their long-term vision is building a circle of trust within the royal family. Unlike previous generations, William and Catherine understand the fragility of public faith. They've watched how scandals, family divisions, and media battles have shaken the monarchy's image in recent years. In response, their approach has been deliberate and disciplined. Surround themselves with people who share their values, humility, discretion, and service, and build a foundation that can weather the storms of modern life. In that sense, James is more than just a cousin. He's a symbol of reliability. Sources close to the family say that William and Catherine have long admired how Prince Edward and Sophie raised their children. The Wessex household, now the Edinburghs, is known for its warmth, stability, and refusal to be swept up in the chaos that has often consumed other royal branches. The couple's quiet devotion to duty, combined with their avoidance of drama, created an environment where James grew up grounded and unaffected by the pressures of royal life. That upbringing did not go unnoticed. Palace insiders suggest that Catherine, in particular, values James's calm and good nature. She sees in him the qualities that once defined the late Queen Elizabeth II: dignity, composure, and a strong sense of duty without ego. He doesn't crave the spotlight. He respects it. That balance, rare in royal circles, has earned him deep respect from the future king and queen. Their connection is not merely symbolic, it's practical. As William and Catherine's royal responsibilities increase, from domestic initiatives to overseas tours, they'll need dependable family members to represent them at key events, support their causes, and maintain the royal family's image of unity. With the family circle tightening and fewer working royals available, James's elevation comes at the perfect moment. He represents trust, something both William and Catherine prize above all else. A royal insider recently remarked, "William doesn't trust easily, but he trusts James. He sees in him a loyalty that's unwavering and a discretion that's priceless. That trust extends beyond public duties." Behind palace walls, James is known for his genuine kindness toward the Wales children. Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis. They reportedly adore their older cousin, who treats them not as royal heirs, but as family. His easygoing nature and quiet humor have made him a comforting presence in their lives, especially as they begin to experience the pressures of royal expectation. Catherine has often emphasized the importance of her children growing up around positive, steady influences, and in James, she finds exactly that. He is the kind of royal the monarchy needs, one who strengthens from within rather than seeking attention from without. His elevation also carries a deeper emotional resonance. It is seen as King Charles's way of healing some of the internal fractures that have long divided the family. By raising James into a more visible role, the king is reinforcing bonds between the Waleses and the Edinburghs, two families whose shared values and quiet strength now form the monarchy's backbone. For William and Catherine, the timing couldn't be more perfect. With the king's health and ongoing concern and public expectation mounting, their focus is on building continuity, ensuring that the crown passes smoothly from one reign to the next. In that future, James's calm presence will be invaluable. He may never be the face of the monarchy, but he will be its foundation. And as the Prince and Princess of Wales prepare for the immense responsibility of leading a new reign, having someone like James by their side ensures that this next chapter of royal history will be defined not by controversy or chaos, but by unity, loyalty, and quiet dignity. As the British monarchy continues its delicate evolution under King Charles III, one thing is clear: every move, every title, every gesture carries meaning. and none more so than the elevation of James, now Prince James of Edinburgh. To the casual observer, it may seem like a ceremonial adjustment, a simple title change bestowed upon a deserving young royal. But within the walls of Buckingham Palace, it represents something far greater, a generational shift, a bridge between tradition and the future, and a quiet declaration of what the monarchy intends to be in the decades ahead. For centuries, royal titles have been tools of symbolism, signifying power, duty, and the perpetuation of heritage. But for King Charles, granting the title of Prince to James is not just about lineage, it's about legacy. It signals that the next generation of royals will not be defined by glamour or gossip, but by purpose. In Prince James, the public sees a different kind of royal. He doesn't chase headlines or court controversy. He represents stability, a quality that has become rare not just within the royal family, but in public life as a whole. His presence reminds people of the monarchy's original role: service, continuity, and quiet strength. And in a world where royal narratives are often dominated by scandal and spectacle, James's calm demeanor feels almost revolutionary. Those close to him say that the young prince has no interest in fame. He prefers books to social media, the outdoors to red carpets. He's fascinated by history, devoted to his family, and quietly aware of the responsibility that comes with his bloodline. He's humble, intelligent, and remarkably grounded, one family friend shared. He doesn't act like royalty, and that's exactly why he deserves to be one. This move also subtly redefines the structure of the modern monarchy. For years, King Charles has spoken about creating a more streamlined, efficient royal family, one focused on service rather than ceremony. In that vision, every royal who carries a title must also carry purpose. James's elevation reflects that philosophy perfectly. Fewer royals, but stronger, more focused ones. His presence also provides something crucial to the institution: continuity. With Prince William and Princess Catherine at the forefront of the monarchy's future, and their children still years away from official duties, James fills an important generational space. He bridges the gap between the established leadership of William and the emerging generation of George, Charlotte, and Louis. But beyond structure and symbolism, there's something deeply human about this story. For years, James was the quiet figure at royal events, the young boy walking respectfully behind his grandmother's coffin, the teenager smiling shyly beside his parents at Jubilee celebrations. Now, at 16, he's being called upon to step forward, to carry a piece of the royal future on his shoulders. And yet, unlike others before him, he steps forward not with arrogance or ambition, but with humility. In a time when public trust in institutions is often tested, that humility may prove to be the monarchy's greatest asset. The British public, weary of royal feuds and media drama, is ready for a different kind of royal story, one of unity, respect, and quiet renewal. Prince James embodies that shift. He is, in many ways, a reflection of what the monarchy must become to endure: modern, measured, and morally steady. Even within the palace, there's a sense of quiet pride. King Charles is said to be deeply moved by the young prince's demeanor, the same calm and sense of duty that once defined Queen Elizabeth II. "He reminds me of her," the king reportedly told a close aide. Grace under pressure. It's in his blood. As Britain looks toward the future, one shaped by the eventual reign of William and Catherine, the presence of Prince James adds strength to the foundation. His new title isn't just a recognition of who he is, but of what he represents: the steady heartbeat of a royal family learning to move with the times while holding on to its soul. A new era of the monarchy is unfolding, one quieter, wiser, and more united than before. And at its center stands a young prince whose calm strength might just define the next 100 years of royal history. Prince James of Edinburgh, a future built on grace, not grandeur.